Hey, Facebook. So today I launched Peace Power Parenting, the beta launch, my first ever parenting program, and I'm super psyched about it. And the first session in the parenting program is mindfulness and self-awareness. And I figured I would do a Facebook Live on that because it's the starting place. It's where I guess my own growth and evolution started. And if there were a keystone habit that holds everything together for me, holds together kind of my practice, mindfulness would be that. So I thought I would take a minute to explain a little more about what mindfulness is and how you practice it. Because mindfulness, the way I define mindfulness is that it's paying attention to your attention. Because it's only when you're paying attention to your attention that you're actually paying attention. I know, it's a lot, but it's true. There's so many sayings around this. You know, where your attention goes, energy flows. Very true. What you appreciate, appreciates. Also very true. Both of those sayings are speaking to our mindfulness, which is how aware are we, how awake are we to what we're paying attention to? Because most of the time as we go about our day as human beings, we're not aware of what we're choosing to pay attention to. We're on autopilot and we're reacting or responding, usually reacting, to what's going on outside of ourselves. That's where our attention is. And it's bouncing around. And it's also bouncing around in our head. And it's also bouncing around in our body, in our emotional state. But we don't necessarily have much self-awareness around all that or mindfulness around all that. We're kind of in this sleeping state where we're just reacting. And we're giving all of our energy away. We're not choosing how we focus our energy. And that's mindfulness. When we start to wake up and start to have the power to choose what we pay attention to. Choose whether we want to pay attention to what's going on outside of ourselves. Choose if we want to pay attention to what we're thinking. Choose if we want to pay attention to what we're feeling emotionally. Or choose to pay attention to the present moment, being in the present moment. And I don't know if this resonates at all. Thank you, whoever gave me the thumbs up. If this resonates at all, Melja, yes. Resonates at all. Like when I was a kid, I remember having this epiphany that's like, either I'm thinking or I'm feeling. And really now I use the word being because feeling can speak to our emotional kind of states too. But I always could sense that when I was thinking, I wasn't in the present moment. I wasn't being. And you can get lost in your thoughts. And when you're in your thoughts, you're not in the present moment. And so instead of allowing ourselves to kind of get lost chasing the clouds of our mind, which are all our thoughts, we can instead bring our attention back to the present moment and being in the present moment, which then kind of frees us up to surf the present moment, to kind of be with it and dance with the present moment. Because life really is a dance. It's an art. There's no kind of scientific formula for living your best life. There's a lot of hacks these days, and I love talking about biohacks. If anyone ever wants to talk about that stuff, I'm kind of obsessed. But when it comes to actually living your best life, you are the only person who can be in your present moment of being and figure out how you can show up and be of service, how you can show up and laugh and learn and love and create and inspire and be of service. That's what living is all about. The problem is when we're not mindful, we're not living. We're getting dragged around by whatever's happening and whatever we're thinking. And instead, we kind of got to wake up and rise up and then be in the present moment and decide how we want to use our thoughts and how we want to use what's going on in the present moment that's happening in our life. Use that to dance and to make magic happen. And mindfulness is that practice that starts to give you that power. So you suddenly have the spaciousness to not just react, and instead start to choose when things happen. How do you want to respond? So practicing mindfulness, the easiest way is to pay attention to your breath. Every time you bring your attention back to your breath, you're back in the present moment. Even breath in, even breath out, and boom, you're in the present moment. So practice that. And for a long time, I wore a lot of big clunky jewelry. Maybe I'd write something on my hand, put a string around my wrist, wear a new ring to remind myself, to remember, what am I paying attention to? Am I back in that asleep, react, get dragged around mode. How do I get myself back to the present moment? Yeah, it's really good. Any questions on this? Hey, Jordana. Thanks for yes, very true. Cheering you on as you're going through this whole process with me creating our products. Jordana and I just did this experience product masterclass. That's what got me to do this parenting program. And I know Jordana is like an awesome, fitness person too. You're all about health and nutrition. So we have a lot of that stuff in common. You're doing great work, I know. But yeah, so any questions on this stuff? I'm so passionate about mindfulness because mindfulness is what gives us the power to really be our best selves and to really be in the moment and dance with the moment. So all this stuff I love, super passionate about. You can always go to my website, goldevolution.com, to get more of my content, information on this. I've got a bunch of free stuff on there, my book, the parenting program. It's all good. All love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.